We're so divided in Washington that we cannot really come to terms on the number one priority domestically, and that is job creation. And the President has proposed a plan. Many of the proposals were supported by the Republicans when they ran the show. And I think essentially it's time for us to tell everybody that we must focus and come together to re-stimulate job growth in the United States of America. Nothing else comes first domestically. And I think it is a criticism of where we are, that we are so divided, and we are, that we cannot essentially take up the legislation.
All three of us here get along actually personally very well, but we have huge differences, huge policy differences. And when people say that you are in gridlock, you're in political gridlock and you can't get things happening, etc., part of that and part of what is happening right now is you are having a clash of ideologies, And I have a very different idea of how you get the economy and jobs going than my colleagues would, for instance. And I'm trying to represent my constituents as best as I possibly can. And in my neck of the woods, people are very, very concerned about the unbelievable out-of-control federal spending that they have witnessed.
You don't look at the challenges that you have in your business based on ideology. You look at it on practical problem solving as to how do we fix the problems that are in front of us. You know, I spent 22 years in the business world and in the investment world. We didn't look at the issues based on ideology. We looked at how do we maximize our profit, how do we take care of our customers, how do we grow our business. We've got to be thinking that way in Congress as well. But unfortunately, you've got ideology that does dominate it. You've got a Democratic caucus that tends to be further to the left than the average Democrat. You've got a Republican caucus that tends to be further to the right than the average Republican voter. And it's difficult to come together and focus on what we have in common first.